How do we start? I didn't bring my calculator down, so you'll have to do it with me. What do we got? Which way did you do it? Cosine? Did I hear somebody say cosine? Okay, we're going to do cosine. Cosine of our angle is A. Cosine uses what? Adjacent and hypotenuse. Which one's the adjacent to A? Good. Which one's the hypotenuse? 5. So I have equals 4/5, right? What do I need to get alone? A. How do I move this cosine to the other side? I don't divide. I do the little -1 thing, remember? The inverse cosine. That's what it's called. I type that in, and I get what? I heard it. Somebody. 36.9. 36. You said error. Who said error? You said error? Okay. I'll help you figure it out just a minute. You got your calculator? It's because I'm standing, just so you know. Okay? Questions on that? Okay, how did our homework go last night? Can we work on it? It was kind of long. It was kind of long. Okay, here's what I need to talk to you about. Okay? First off, let me grab the homework. Somewhere here I have it because I didn't give you guys a packet, so I keep printing other things out, and then I grabbed the whole pile and brought it down.
Why didn't you just give us a packet?
Because we're only going to get through 3. Okay, so here's our homework assignment. We had 26 problems.
Wait, so this is the last one we're going to do?
No, we have one more. We did 6-3, 6-4. That's the only 2 we've done. We've got one more. Okay, there's only 3 in this that we're going to do. There's really 7, but I'm cutting the others out because we don't have time for them. Okay, so here's the deal. Listen. Don't believe touch. Okay, so here's the deal. On Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, so Friday, Monday, Tuesday, we're going to take what are called Bell's exams. Okay? So all those bells that I had you work on, I just want to see if some of you have made some progress, because I think some of us have made progress that hasn't been showing up easily. Okay? So I'm going to assign you at least 2 to take, one for Monday and one for Friday. There are about 9 of them. Okay? You only have to take 2. Listen to me. I'm going to require you to take 2. I'll tell you which 2 I'm going to have you do. Depends on the person. Each of you have a different bell that you need to work on. So what I need you to do is go into your grade book. You don't have to do it right this second, but sometime between now and then. And look, and you can see your lowest score. Your lowest score is the one I'm going to make you take. Your 2 lowest ones. Okay? Now, if you want to take another one, say I have 2 scores of 8s and whatever, you can take more than 2. If you have more time than that, you can take more than that. Okay? So it's up to you. This is your opportunity to raise your bell score.
This will bring our grade up, right?
Yeah, it will bring your grade up. Yes. It's not a test. Okay, listen. It's not a test. What this bell thing is going to have on it, it's going to have about 5 problems on it. Okay? There will be 3 questions or 4 questions on the top that are level 3 questions or grade level questions. We'll call them grade level. Okay? They're grade level questions. To get grade level, to get a 3 or to get that score, it's a 9.3 out of 10. Okay? So if you're anything below a 9.3 and you take this and you fill out the first 4 questions, and you get them right, you're going to get a 9.3. Now, there is a level 4 question at the bottom of every one of them. That level 4 question can raise your grade from a 9.3 where it's at to a 10. And I've only given you level 4 questions on your tests. So they're usually the bonus questions at the bottom. Sometimes they were in the middle, but they're usually the bonus questions at the bottom. And if you didn't get a chance to do them or you didn't choose to do them, then you didn't have a 10 score out of 10. You couldn't get that without doing those bonus questions. This is another opportunity to show me I know how to do this. So let's say I want to take all 9 of them. Is that possible in 3 days?
No.
That is. It's possible, but you got to know it and you got to know it well. So from now until then, you need to be studying at home those questions. Now, I am going to put a Bell question together, one of these Bell questions together for chapter 6. Okay? You don't have to do it. But if you do it, I'll replace your lowest Bell score with that one. Okay? No.
My last one is 4
Well, depends on how poorly you do. If you choose not to do it at all, it's going to drop your grade. If you try, then you'll probably be at least where you're at. So you're okay. It won't.
But if I'm at least where I'm at and I drop, then I drop my grade.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Well, like I said, if you turn in a blank paper, you're going to get a 0 because I'm not going to play that. That just takes my time. But if you put forth some effort and you work through it, it probably won't drop you lower than where you're at.
So
Because
we take this.
I told you, the one I'm giving you is your lowest one. So I want to raise your grades, right?
What if we take it and it goes down? Will you keep the highest score?
Here's the thing,
That's what you should do.
we'll see.
Please.
We'll see.
Even if I try my best.
If you try your best, you probably won't go down.
But like, it's
So this is.
We have them every chapter.
I have all A's on my bell score. except for 3.
Well, don't worry about it because it won't hurt you. Just take the test. Just take the test.
I'm gonna take the B minus.
Yes. Okay, we'll go over those. You want them right now?
I
Okay.
want one.
Okay, so today I'm going to do this. You guys can work on this. I'm going to write out your list of your bells on the back right here. So 1A, in case you wondered, was polynomials. So that was when we added, subtracted polynomials. Biggest problem that I saw on this was you multiplied when you should have added, or you added when you should have multiplied. Okay? This was like the f of x plus g of x thing. Remember? And then they gave you f of x up here. Stuff like that. That was Bell 1A. 1B was the literal equations. Okay? Literal equations. This is when we did things like this. A equals 1/2 h times b1 plus b2, and I said solve for h. That was Bell 1B.
Right. Oh, that's the one I want.
Okay? Now, on this one, couple of things to watch for. If I have something like this, 3x plus 2rx equals b, and I say solve for r. Okay? What do I need to do with this? I mean solve for x. Sorry, I want an x there. I'm going to factor that x out. That was a commonly missed thing. Okay? So I'd have had 3 plus 2r equals b. We do have that one. Okay, that's 1b. 2a was angle types. This was when we did, are they supplementary or are they congruent? If they're supplementary, what does that mean?
180.
They equal 180. If they're congruent, what does that mean?
They're the same.
They're the same. And a lot of people mix this up.
That's why I got an A on it.
Okay? there's a lot of people that mix these up. They didn't know when they were supplementary. They didn't know when they were congruent. That was the biggest problem on this one. 2B was parallelograms. Okay, 2B was parallelograms. We did things like this. It's a parallelogram. What can you tell me about these two angles? What can you tell me about these two angles? What can you tell me about this line and this line? Or how big is these two lines? How are they related? Stuff like that. So it's all about parallelograms. 3A. 3A was when we did medians, mid segments, and side splitter. Okay, I did medians, mid segments, and side splitters. That's 3A. That's when we did this thing, and it was like medians was when it's a third. Mid segments was like this, and we knew this was half of this side. Side splitter was when we did this thing, and we said this is to this as this is to this thing. 3B was just ratios and solving ratios and proportions. And I was surprised on, I don't know if it was chapter 4 test or chapter 5 test, how many of you left that one blank, like you didn't know how to do it. Yeah, it was stuff like this. X over, X plus 5 over 5 equals 2X minus 3 over 7, and you didn't know how to solve it. You left it blank. I didn't understand that one. Okay? You cross this and solve for X. That's exactly what you do. 4A was adding and subtracting radicals. Then you know which one I'm going to make you do, don't you? Adding and subtracting radicals. This is when I had to break them down, square roots like this. 4B was complex numbers. Complex operations. This is with eyes. Okay, this is with the eyes. We added, subtracted, multiplied, and divide with eyes. Okay. 5A and 5B, I really didn't put on your bells because I didn't really tell you what they were before, so we won't do those. But the 6, the one I told you I'm going to, this is using SOHCAHTOA. This way. Using SOHCAHTOA. And like I said, I'll put this one, I'll make a bell for this one. But what I'll do is I'll replace your lowest bell score with that one if you take that one. But I get to choose, first off, whether you, the first 2. So it will be one of these 8. You'll have to take 2 of these 8. And then if you want, you have to do 2. I'm going to give you 2. So I can give you a score.
Can you go up again?
You're good. All right. I'll give you 2 of them. And you guys will do them. And then I'll let you take as many more as you want to. Okay? We have Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. Now, today's Wednesday. So that gives me Thursday. If you wanted to come in and go over something in claw time or in the morning or after school, you could do that. Okay? If you know you're struggling with something, do that. Those of you who haven't missed any assignments, remember I did promise to raise your citizenship grade. So I still have that. I'm watching that, so don't miss anything between now and the end. Okay? So we'll have 2 more assignments. Well, we have the one that's due today, 6-3. And I saw a whole bunch of you had already turned that one in. The other one is due tomorrow, 6-4. Okay? And then we're going to do a 6-5 one.
When?
Tomorrow.
Is the test?
No. I'm not taking a test.
On this?
You didn't listen, did you?
No.
Did you explain it to him? However,
You have two assignments.
however, I will have a bell paper that if it's, this is the easiest stuff for you, after you take your other two, you take that bell paper out, and drop your lowest bell.
You should have done a test on this instead of like other things because I actually
Instead of like the last.
Okay, but we can still drop a bell, Gracie. So it's, I'm trying to make it, I really like this chapter because I think it kind of leads into trig really well. It will help you next year, for sure. But that first week when we only had half week, it just cut a week of our schedule out and it makes it so we didn't get to it. Larry. Okay. Absolutely. Okay, are we all good? Can I start doing questions? Okay, we're going to go to number 17. 17. That was the one that I was asked to do. Okay, here it is, right here. You ready? This one says each triangle. You guys are going to have to use your calculators for me because I don't have a calculator down here today. Okay, so look, I have A, B, C. I need to find angle A, angle B, angle C, little a, little b, and little c. That's what I have to find. Good? What ones do I have? I have little. I have angle B as 62. Angle C is 90. What is this one? Little b. How did you know that? Because it's across from B, so it's little b. Okay, is there any of those you can find easily? How did you get that? Would you push your button and tell us again?
90 plus 62, 180 minus that. I think it's 38.
I think it is too. Check you on your calculator.
It's 28.
28? 28. Okay, we're good. Now what? What do you want to solve for next? Do you care? Which side's the hypotenuse? I hope we all know which side the hypotenuse is. Up here. This is the hypotenuse. Do we have the hypotenuse? Let's solve for the hypotenuse. What is this side? Which angle do we want to use? B, right? So what side is this? The opposite. Okay, here we go. Which one uses opposite and hypotenuse? Sine. So I go sine of the angle, which is 62, is equal to the opposite, 22.6, over the hypotenuse, which is what I'm trying to find, C, right? Now what? Do I like the C in the denominator? No. How do I get it out? Times it. So I go C times the sine of 62 is equal to 22.6. What am I trying to get alone? C. How's a C related to this stuff? It's multiplied. So how do I undo it? Divide. Do you guys see why I made you do literal equations? Because we do it all the time, right? All right. So now I'm just going to type that into my calculator. Go. 22.6 divided by the sine of 62. 25.6. That was fast. She's good at this. Good job, Maddie. All right. Do I have everything? I think I'm short one, right? One of my sides. I don't have A. How can I do it? I can just do Pythagorean theorem. I can do sine, cosine, tangent. I can do whatever. Which you want Pythagorean theorem? Okay, so I got A squared plus 22.6 squared equals 25.6 squared. How do I go from there?
You square them.
Okay, go. 22.6 squared.
Guess I'll do it.
Guess you'll do it. Well, he's doing that when somebody do 25.6 squared.
Uh-oh, calculator's not turning again. $6.
Say it loud. Is that the 25 one? 510.7. 8 equals. Thank you. Jackson,
The other one.
Sakura. Don't do that.
What do I do? 45.
You make it hard for me to remember his name, and it's already hard. Sakura.
The other one. You alright? Yeah.
Have fun.
What is this for?
You're leaving.
The other one is 655.4.
655. Okay, now what? Subtract this. Move it over and subtract it. Go. Titan, go. Subtract this from that. Yeah, 510.8. I think is what she said. I hope
144.66.
144.6. Would you take the square root of that?
12 point, if you're rounding to the nearest 10.
It's 12. And there's our answers. And we're done. You okay, Macy?
Yep.
Okay. And you're okay too. She asked for it, so I made sure she got it. Okay, any others you want to do? Absolutely, which one? Anyone?
Number 19.
Number.
I already did 19 on this one, so I'll have to go over here. No, because then you just have the answer.
We need it. That's all we need.
All right, that's a bad right angle, but we'll pretend. I'll just draw it again. 19. This is an angle right here. This is 4.5. This is 42. And this is a right angle. And A was here. B was here. And C was here. Okay, you ready? I need to find angle A, angle B, angle C, little a, little b, little c. That's what it asked me to find. You ready? Kayla, what ones do you know?
We know angle C is 90.
Good?
And then D is 42.
Okay.
And then, I'm getting it.
What's the 4.5?
4.5 is the little D.
Good. Okay.
The angle A, can you get that?
Uh-huh. How?
48.
48. You're back.
Oh my.
Oh,
We're dropping like flies.
Okay, so Jackson, get online, watch the video, and I'll set up for yours because you won't be back unless you go get tested. I'll set up for yours a time, probably around what's better for you, 1 or 10, 20. Doesn't matter to you. Okay, I'll pick 2 and put them on one Friday and one Monday. If you want to do any extras, just call me. Not call me, email me, and we'll get it. I'll email you tomorrow with information too.
Hopefully you survive the Rona.
He'll survive.
He's not even here.
Have fun. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Well, you better take your paper. Okay.
People when they're not quarantined, people when they do.
I think I'll be happy when I go like, that's.
Okay, can we do it?
Okay, which one do you want to use?
Does it matter?
Oh, well, we got to know some things. What ones do we got to find? We're going to use B, right? So this side is what? This side is Opposite. So which one is going to use the hypotenuse and opposite? Okay, so I do sine of my angle, which is 42, equals opposite, which is 4.5, divided by C, which is what I'm trying to find, right? Okay, now what? Now what? Do I like where the C is? So what do I do to get it out of there? These go away, so I get C times sine 42 equals 4.5. Now what? No. Do I have C alone? How do I get C alone? How is it related to this? How do you undo a times? Right? Now, you're thinking, didn't I use that -1 thing, right?
Yeah.
You use that -1 thing when you're trying to get, when I had something like this, the sine of A. So the sine was connected to that A. And I'm looking for the angle, I use the inverse. But if it's just times like this, I'm not. Does that make sense? Maybe? Think about it this way. Think about it this way. If I'm looking for an angle, I'm going to use the inverse. If I'm looking for a side, I'm not. That will help you. Okay, so you type that in. What'd you get?
What do I type?
4.5 divided by sine 42. Time, did you do it so we could check? 6.7. Okay, how do I find the other one now? I can, or I could do Pythagorean theorem because I have two. Do that. So I have a squared plus 4.5 squared equals 6.7 squared. A squared plus, what did you get for 4.5? 4.5 squared, I don't know.
20.3 then.
6.7 squared. Hurry up, she's going to beat you.
Oh crap. 44.9.
Okay, now what?
I don't know, I'm ready.
Subtract them. I heard somebody said that already, right? Now what? Square root it. What do I get?
It is
44.9 minus 20.3.
I did it opposite.
Okay. And there's my answers. You meant that way or did you mean this way? Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, finish this one up. Tomorrow we're going to do story problems. I'm so excited.
yes, story problem.
Yeah, story problems with this stuff.
Michael, what kind of problem would you do with this? Is there gonna be puzzle?
Wait, see.
Michael wanted to figure
Michael's
out.
digging a triangle hole with the right angle.
Michael wanted to figure out what
Finish
kind of
it.
cereal he wanted
Finish it.
with the right amount of content. So he cut it out and see how long that thing was. Ooh, that's a big one.